right? So yes, the House bill is already here. It's already acted. It's already passed. Crypto will do well. And even some stocks will do well as well. You just have to have the stocks that are in the new technology that's going to be used for the new world order. But if you're into stocks that's not going to be used for the new world order and things like that, then you're going to see a stock market crash. But again, for the poor working middle class, this stock market crash is desperately going to affect their 401k and retirement. The West Coast and Mississippi River ports are blocked, and food supplies will not be offloaded for starvation of humanity. And once all utilities are cut, so let me pull that up. West Coast and Mississippi ports blocked. But my thing is, people, this is why I've been telling people about the work from home business. You definitely need. I see the ports are reopened September the 4th. This was due to Hurricane Ida, but you definitely need a cash flow plan and a strategy to work from home. If you own one source of income, even two, I don't care if you are married or in a partnership or you got your boo thing with you, uh, millionaires and billionaires have 7 to 8 sources of income, and they just got there from the Bible. They got there from Ecclesiastes chapter 11 that says to cast your bread, your dough, your money upon the waters. Yes, 7 or 8 sources because you don't know which one will prosper. If you are on one source of income, one paycheck, two paycheck, you are one step away from disaster. So the lower Mississippi River from the Gulf Coast to New Orleans have been cleared for normal shipping and cargo operations resume. This was lifted late on Friday. This was September the 4th, as transmission lines were removed. So you have to look at the ports that come in from Louisiana once these hard hurricanes happen, right? And the effect that that's going to have on shipping as well into our economy. So again, a lot of job losses, a lot of things going on right now. You need to plan and prepare. And also, as we have the FedEx forms requiring the jab proof or negative test for all Grizzlies and Tiger games, I'm not a big Grizzly fan anyway, so whatever. But you're going to see more of this in the NBA and more likely NFL. And I also thought this was interesting as well. Millions of old cell phone, laptops, and smart gadgets could stop working later this week. And then it says for some weird reason. We talked about the movie Cell with Denzel, and we talked about watching Matrix of 1999 and watching the Terminator 3 and things of that nature. You all definitely need to watch that. So they're saying that internet, old tech devices, um, I didn't trust, as we already had the August the 11th cell phone test through the towers and 5G that happened. This is on September 30th. Tomorrow, as October, the number is the 8th month on the Jewish calendar. The number 8 means the breaking down of the old to build a new. So the problems will probably affect devices such as iPhones running on iOS 9 and below, um, Windows. So they're going to make sure everybody have up-to-date phone for this mobile money transfer that's happened for this digital dollar and Fed coins. Even old devices, PS3, PS4 game consoles, Nintendo game computer softwares. And so this is supposed to take place, Apple, Google, Sony, Microsoft, right? Beginning September the 30th. So that's just a FYI, right, for your information. So for the people that have given Super Chat, Cash App, right? And let me read some of these comments. Chris H says, I made so much money this year, $500,000 off stocks. Thank you, Biden. And best year ever. Last year, he said he made 325,000. I don't know what Biden did for the stock market. I don't know what Biden did for the stock market. He didn't do anything to me, but congratulations on your success. Most people that make that much money, though, don't really they have the assets to show it. They don't, like Grant Cardone says, paper to paper money is just toilet tissue money in a sense. So I hope you can take that money and get a tangible asset with it. Matrix 1999 is a document. Yeah, I may do a breakdown of Matrix 1999 and how it is actually predicting and showing of what's happening right now. I really would love to do a live stream on it. That may come next week. Tomorrow, I'm probably going to be covering this United States, economy, and pretty sure it won't pass by tomorrow. They are not letting cargo be offloaded, and if they do, it will not be getting to the people. DD says about Mississippi and New Orleans ports. A lot of people phone I Love Cats have been acting funny. Sure has. Michael, I won't read that out loud, but I won't disagree either. Texas cell phone systems have been dropping calls in the dentist offices this week. I'm not in Texas yet. Prophecy shows last day network overload. I'm not in Texas yet. Prophecy shows last day network overload. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by prophecy shows last network? Hello, Geechee, or I may be mispronouncing that, forever. I want to, can you all give me 5 minutes? Will you indulge me for 5 more minutes? Will you indulge me for 5 more minutes? Because I have been watching The Matrix and dissecting it. If you indulge me for 5 more minutes, I want to share this clip with you all. Let me see if I can upload it. Just give me 5 more minutes of this live stream because I still have to say my affirmations over my givers as well. Let me see if I can transfer this 1 minute clip that was profound. And I'm going to do that from my phone. But yes, the phone services have been disruptive in a lot of areas. The Matrix and the Terminator is telling you, yeah, everyone is getting rich doing Biden. This is amazing. This has got to be a spammer because I don't know how he figures everybody is getting rich off of Biden doing this. And I'm talking about the government is going to not probably vote on a budget by tomorrow, and many federal workers will be furloughed, and the effects of that will happen. Right? It doesn't matter. I've been saying for a long time, red or blue, neither is for you. Both of them, left wing, right wing, right wing, same bird. Right? Same bird. Same bird. But yeah, Donald Trump he did pump that stock market. I will give him that. Right? Trump was crazy and Biden is just mentally insane as well. So whatever. Right? But Trump did pump that stock market. And he inflated it, and it's gonna have the thing is most people won't even know that this bubble has burst until it's too late, until the bubble has burst. Right? Yeah, you might as well just know what president is put in what office and what their agenda is, and you study that and you analyze that, right? And you build on it financially, because you can make money in the stock market when it dumps, when it rise. You can make money in cryptocurrency when it dumps, when it rise. The key of it all is to get tangible assets, because both of them are highly manipulated, right? All right, people, I only have 2 more books for autograph. I just got 2111 2111 from Cash App. David, coming out to you. David, I see your name. I'm gonna look at my Cash App and see if you. So this is David copy. So I only have 2 more copies. Make sure you include your name that I'm autographing to and the mailing address as well. Now, this is the thing. Now, David, I don't have your mailing address. I need that. David, you sent. And so, David, you can send that to my email. Email me your mailing address. My email is ld@fixmycreditandcash.com. Let me put that up there for David. So this is the thing. Giving open the way to receive. And then we're going to break down the matrix. Then I'm logging off. In order to create activity and finances, one should give. Tithing, or giving 1/10 is your income, is just an old Jewish custom, and it is sure to bring increase. This is for the super chat people, the Cash App, whether you gave past, present, or future. Now let me share this with you. This clip. I was listening to Grant Cardone and his interview with Magic Johnson today, and Magic Johnson told Grant something in that stream, and Grant said, "Man, I'm not gonna tell you all what it was, because you should have been on." But Grant said, "Man, I did not know that." He interviewed Magic Johnson about how he became from a baller, a basketball player, and to a CEO in the boardroom, right? And Grant said, "Man, Magic, I did not know that." He said, "I'm going to give you $10,000, right?" Magic Johnson went on to talk about how he invested in the Dodgers for like 2.2 billion. Now the Dodgers are worth 5 billion. Some things that he learned from the Lakers owners, right? And the things behind the scene. And when Magic gave him that tip in the broadcast, Grant Cardone gifted his charity $10,000. This is why people give super chats to me, because they value the knowledge, the information. And as I talk about the Jewish calendar, I also tell you why Jews are rich and the secrets to biblical wealth. And see, as the person on my Cash App said, you cannot receive until you release. And Magic Johnson told Grant Cardone this. He said, "Grant, when you give to charities and to organizations and you attend these charities, people automatically assume that you are rich and wealthy because they know that you give money. And when you are a giver, they correlate that with you being a rich and wealthy person." He said, "Because only broke people don't give." Wasn't that good? That was good, right? I'm gonna share this clip with you all.
Send 10,000 to. That's what I'm gonna do.
Oh
tonight,
man,
right?
man, you all right with me? You all right with me?
Let me play that again. He said, "I'm gonna send 10,000 to you." Now I took out the part of what Magic told him why he said, "I'm gonna send 10,000." But this was just an interview. And Grant said, "I appreciate that wisdom, knowledge, and advice, and I'm gonna send you 10,000."
Send 10,000 to. That's what I'm gonna do.
Oh
tonight,
man,
right?
man, you all right with me? You all right with me?
See,
thank you.
You
I
gave me a tip.
that.
I use it. Okay.
I'll probably give it to a young person that's trying, especially a minority student who's trying to go to college, who have the grades to go, but just don't have the financial means to go. That's what I do with the money.
You pick that person, or we'll find that person, or whatever, however you want to do it. Okay?
There you go. There you go. We'll make it happen.
Okay, done. Okay. And so you gave me a great piece of advice. I'm like, let me use that as quickly as possible. Okay. Last thing.
Now, I didn't make that up. Grant Cardone said, you gave me a great piece of advice. He gave him $10,000 to his charity for a piece of advice on that live stream. Yeah. So a lot of people be looking at my live stream. Oh, they giving $111. They giving $11. That's just the law of prosperity. Grant gave $10K, right? And so many of the richest men in this country have been tithers. I've never known tithe or giving as a failed investment. Right? The 10th part goes forth and returns blessed and multiplied. That's why I get Deuteronomy 1:11. May the Lord, your God, the God of our ancestors, increase you 1,000 times more and bless you. That means it comes more than just with monetary. But the gift of the tithe must be given with love and cheerfulness, for God loveth a cheerful giver. That means even your bill should be paid cheerfully. So for those who have given by the Cash App and Super Chat on this live stream, infinite spirit, infinite God, infinite powers. That means above all powers. No matter what's going on in this earth realm, we operate under an infinite power. According to Revelations 1:11, I am the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, right? An infinite God. Open the way right now for the people that has given for their immediate supply, and that it comes to them and reach them by divine right now, in great avalanches of abundance. That means plenty of money, according to Deuteronomy 1:11, perfect health through this, peace that passes all understanding, provision, even in this depression, for those who give financially. I'm not talking about advice, right? And purpose and direction of going through this, right? And if it's anything more that they need, give them a definite lead. And those for the people that give tonight on the replay or even in the past, if it's something else they need to do, give them a definite lead and let them know if there's anything left for them to do. Because the Bible says to ask and you shall receive, but you can only receive after you release, right? It is levels to this. And with that being said, I said I was going to share the Matrix. As DVD, you got in at the 7-11. The number 7 means divine transition. September means Sep, the 7th month. We're going into 8. The 8th month, which means the breaking down of an old to build the new. Now, October the 18th, 8 plus 1 equals 9. The 9th hour, Jesus died on the cross. He gave up the ghost. He ascended to descend again in power. That's where we get rest and power, right? October is going to be the month of the breaking down of the old economy to bring in the new economy. And the new economy is going to be crypto and certain stocks, but definitely cryptocurrency, right? But God's economic system is never man's economic system. Giving a tenth returns to you blessed and multiplied. That is never, ever a failed investment. Ever. Not given to people as you see fit. Not given to people every now and then. But giving a tenth to the Lord and to the people that teaches, right? And so I did say I want to share something with the Matrix that stood out to me. And I'm logging off. This is like a 1-minute clip. Let me see if it uploaded on my website. On my YouTube page. Video. I'm going to share this with you. So I'm telling you what's to come. I told you how to plan. You need to have a plan to make money from home. You need cash flow. And you definitely need to give into God's economic system, right? DVD, see that 333. Michael Young, thank you. Says hit that like button. Please hit the like button, whether you're watching this live now or on the replay. The Cash App gift, just received that. And yes, D says 3 things the IRS won't touch: trust, 501c3s, and foundations. 501c3, I'm definitely establishing a new one. I just told my spiritual leader that on the phone for 2022, right? I'm establishing, now I have the LD with my Cash App, but my Cash App is going to transform into a new 501c3. Because what I want to do after I heard Grant Cardone and Magic Johnson is help youth and build a 501c3 organization for youth in the area of academics and athletics starting next year. Because I know a lot of the public school systems will fail. A lot of kids are going to get behind educational wise. And we're going to bring in that technology. Education is shifting in technology, and I want to have the high-tech technology in place. And I'm going to establish a 501c3 for that. So I'm going to share this with you.
Let me tell you why you're here. You're here because you know something. What you know you can't explain, but you feel it. You felt it your entire life, that there's something wrong with the world. You don't know what it is, but it's there, like a splinter in your mind, driving you mad. It is this feeling that has brought you to me. Do you know what I'm talking about? The Matrix. Do you want to know what it is? The Matrix is everywhere. It is all around us. Even now, in this very room. You can see it when you look out your window or when you turn on your television. You can feel it when you go to work, when you go to church, when you pay your taxes.
Did you all hear that? He says you can feel it when you go to work, when you go to church, and when you pay your taxes. You don't have a tax plan in place? Let me tell you, I have 84 people right now in my home-based business, tax strategy business, online that I do from home. And I'm telling you, by January 2022, when people see that child tax credit have taken their taxes, when Biden implements the Cash App, the Venmo, the PayPal, and when the $600 transaction is earmarked, people are going to be in the matrix of taxes. Say you feel it when you pay taxes, when you go to work, when you go to church. You need to visit this website because you're going to need this tax strategy. Let me tell you, next year for 2022 for my home-based business, I'm going to have over 200 people in all because people don't know what they don't know, but it's going to hit them like a ton of bricks. These taxes on the poor working middle class. The bank squeeze you like a sponge. Every last drop of interest causing your credit score to work against you and not for you. Big businesses, what you all don't know, big businesses can increase the pricing at any time on food, gas, and services, right? Which is going to happen. We're going to have hyperinflation. The government reaches to your pockets a paycheck and take a third of your hard-earned money. This is what's happening. Well, guess what? They're going to take even more than a third. And I tell people for $228, people, just $228. That's the cost of a corporation to get incorporated. Some states it costs more than that in California and Texas. You can have a tax strategy, tax shelters in place. So I already know that my business, home-based business, is going to triple come January 2022 because a lot of these people have to see. You just can't tell them. They from the show me state, Milwaukee. They have to see that tax bill hit them like a ton of bricks. Because if they don't get in the home-based business now, we only have 3 more months for 2021. They won't have any tax strategy for going into 2022. So when they file for their taxes by 2022 for this year, And they're going to see either they lost thousands or they owe thousands, especially people that's trading crypto and stocks. And they get their 1099 in the mail, or people with bad credit that have charge-offs on credit cards that they're not paying, and then they get their 1099 in the mail because now that has to be reported as income. It's going to hit them like a ton of bricks. They're going to lose thousands or end up paying back thousands. And I'm talking about people that thought they were going to be crypto millionaires. Now they're going to be knocked down to maybe thousandaires or hundredaires. So Marika gave the 4444 on Cash App. Let me make sure I have your name correct. Miranda Harris. The number 444 is a very special number. It is said that Jesus' death in 30 AD, that's after death, corresponds to Nisan 14 in Hebrew year 3790. This means that his entire ministry, Jesus' entire ministry, lasted 44 months and 4 days. Right? Hebrew years 3787, 3789 had 13 months in them. That's 4 days. And 44 years, that's the numbers 444. It is said that Jesus' ministry was started on September 11th. And so 444 relates to Jesus' earthly ministry. And what I mean by September 11th, people, that's the 26th AD, the Day of Atonement, 26 AD. So it was the start of Jubilee year in 26 AD, Isaiah 61. Jesus' first recorded public address, he links his ministry to this special period of liberty and freedom. So in short, Miranda 444 represents liberty and freedom, as she gave the 4444 Cash App. And that's my special breakdown of numbers for you. So thank you all for tuning in. I hope that matrix helped you, but that was in the matrix of 1999. He said taxes, church, and work. If you never watched anything, you need to YouTube how to outwit the devil. Now, I really, is that the name of it? Yeah, how to outwit the devil, right? And this was Outwitting the Devil, Napoleon Hill. This is something, it talks about how religion, churches, government, taxes, and school are all used to brainwash and manipulate people. Outwitting the devil, the secret to freedom and success. This is from the author of Think and Grow Rich. I promise you, if you listen to this, it will forever change your life. It will open up your pineal gland, your spiritual eye, your third eye as well. Hey, I'm signing out. Listen, magnify your mind, manifest with your mouth. The power and life or death is in your tongue. Multiply your money, give, and it shall be given unto you. In good measure, pressed down, shaken together, shall men give unto your lap. And maximize your mission, people. Be blessed to bless and help others, right? Gary says, I always felt like Neo, no lie. Neo is an anagram for the word one, right? It's an anagram, a mixture of words. Also note that Neo was in room 101 and Trinity room was 303. I won't even break down, but you know the number 3 represents the Trinity. And I'm not talking about the Father, Son, the Holy Ghost. The Matrix shows you that there was a masculine, female energy in the Trinity. That been left out of King James and mistaught for years in religion. They made it men Trinity. It's a female in the Trinity as well. Female spirit, masculine. That's why in Revelations you see more of the woman masculine spirit talked about in Revelations. And in Genesis it talks about, because listen, God called Adam, he looked at man and female as one. Right? Adam called Eve, Eve. God didn't name Eve, Eve. So it was always God, man, and woman. Because when he made Adam, the two was in one. It was always spirit, man, and woman. I'm probably getting too deep for y'all, but the Matrix revealed that too. Bullish says, second time I found you. I wanted to know if you meant to take your money out of bank by September 22nd, just passed. That was my birthday. That's just the day that I was given that day, September 22nd. We're talking about the collapse of the financial banks worldwide. If the government does not pass this bill by midnight tomorrow to raise the U.S. debt ceiling, I do believe the Democrats can pass it by October the 8th. However, there will be a crash in financial institution if it's not passed by midnight tomorrow up to October the 28th, as we have exactly 122 people live. And so that helped a lot of people with Ontario, Canada. It still helps people today if they haven't done it, I think. And because with them in Canada, they passed a mandate for the jab that everybody had to have the mandatory jab by September 22nd. And at the time that I live streamed, I did not even know that. And so that wasn't helping them. A lot of things about the double 22. Read Daniel 2 and 22. It talks about the hidden things, right? The hidden things that will be revealed, right? And let's look at this last one. We just discussed that people wouldn't be a bad idea to get your money out now, because if this debt ceiling is not raised by tomorrow, which has to be passed by the Senate, which more than likely the Senate will not agree on this. But again, Democrats can definitely agree on this by October the 18th without the vote of the Senate, right? And let's see, 22. Do I want to pull up Daniel 2 and 22? Let's talk about plans. Let's look at Luke 22 and 22. Let's look at Luke 20, 22. The plans of the evil, right? The plans of the evil. The Son of Man will go as it has been decreed, or as it has been planned. He must die. But what sorrow awaits the ones who betrayed him? Listen, this economy is going to go the way it's supposed to go, according to Deuteronomy 15 and 12, according to Luke chapter 25. It is going to go as planned, as decreed. And a lot of people, it is going to be sorrowful. As Daniel 2 and 22 also reveals, that he reveals the deep and hidden things, talking about the Lord. He knows what lies in darkness and what light dwells within him. So this was just a forewarning for people, 9:22, because I know what lies in darkness, right? I know what lies in darkness. The woman in Revelations also represents the tree of life, and there was also a woman of deception in Revelations as well, right? So there's a masculine energy. Look, God is not male or female. It's a spirit. A lot of time God refers to as a masculine energy. That's why it is often referred to as he. But if you look at Revelation, right, the Redeemer, and you also need to read the parable of the lost coin. One of my spiritual friends brought this out to me, that oftentimes you read about the parable of the lost sheep, the parable of the prodigal son. Nobody ever teaches on the parable of the woman who found the lost coin. The revelation that women will give in this season. Also, look out for the transfer of power to Kamala Harris. Joe Biden will not fulfill the entire 4 years. You're going to see a transfer of power, a wealth movement with women that religion has suppressed and oppressed for years. So you're going to have two voices of women. There's going to be one of a truth and one of deception, according to Revelation. And a lot of religious institutions that have oppressed the woman for years are going to see the rise of the wise woman, the woman with the parable of the lost coin. And the truth about the woman and the Trinity will be exposed. That's why the woman that wrote the Matrix was a black woman. She had the revelation. Let's, you know what? Let's look at Revelations 22 while we're talking about it. 22. I would want to do Revelation 2 and 22. Revelations 2 is 22 is talking about the United States, actually. It's talking about the United States. It says, so I will cast her on her bed of suffering, United States. I will make those who commit adultery with her suffer intensely. Other countries that have abided in oppressing people through the monetary system, unless they repent of their evil deeds. Then I will strike her children dead, and all the churches will know that I am the one who searches the minds and hearts, and I will repay each of you according to your deeds. There is a repayment that the United States has to pay. There is definitely a repayment that the United States has to pay. But then you have Revelations 22, right? The tree of life, the masculine woman, not the deceptive woman. And our religion and our churches, there's 2 and 22 who have suppressed the woman. They're going to be judged as well in religion. So in the midst of the street of it, on either side of the river, was there a tree of life, which bare 12 manners of fruit, and yielded her fruit every month. And the leaves of the tree were for the healing of the nation. A woman wealth movement is coming for the wise women. It is coming at the hands of a woman. And you're going to see a transfer of Kamala Harris, right? You're going to see a transfer of power. She's going to be the first woman elected, non-elected president. Because after this gets so bad, they're going to ask for Biden to get out, right? And so all of these religions that have suppressed the woman, oppressed her, will be judged as well. So you all have a great night. Women, get your wealth up. Use wisdom in this season. The parable of the lost coin will tell you that. No one teaches on that. But there's going to be a wealth transfer to women too in this season. All right, you all have a great night.